Welcome to another episode on our channel. You'll recognize her from the last episode. I had to show you the update with the repainted horse part. And I do know you can get from Lucifer Toys a Centaur elf that's female. She's female all the way down the front. She has human legs. The only thing that's horse is the feet. The feet are hooves. And then there's a bent over body, buttocks and legs that are female. And again, only the feet are hooves. And they're kind of connected in the middle, so you don't really see what's on the inside, but you do see a tail. So the hooves and the tail are the only things that really look like a horse on that particular figure. That'll cost you $500 or many more dollars than $500. And I just wanted to make something that to me resembled the definition of a centaur or a centauress more accurately. Torso on up, human, and everything below horse. And this cost me less than $90 to make. This is a Marx horse and just an unbranded or generic female body that is seamless from the neck on down. I put armor on her that I had lying around forever. Didn't know how I was going to use it because they're just pieces from different eras. You know, Egyptian, Spartan, or Roman, and then medieval. But the way I painted it brought it together. So it just, to me, it looks great. So that's what I showed you last time. We'll pause now and I'll show you what we came up with for today's episode. We are back, and I couldn't do a female centauress and not do a male centaur. So I had two horses too many for my collection. I have enough horses in my collection to keep me happy, but these were two horses that I just really got cheap off of eBay to illustrate how I painted one of the horses that I have in my collection. And I wanted to take a stab at doing a Appaloosa horse, and it came out okay, but I wasn't like totally in love with it. So the other day when I thought Centaur and decided upon making a female centauress, I wanted to use that horse for it. And today I decided to try to do the male version. So here he is. And you'll probably remember I said I didn't think it could be done with a TBLeague or Phicen body, but my husband figured out the cuts that would be needed so we could get that body in this horse. And this is actually a TBLeague Phicen head sculpt, Barbarian Soul, but I unbraided his hair to give him a more wild look and be more appropriate as a centaur. So I think it all works with the color of the horse and so forth. This Egyptian loincloth, it just looks great. I have some felt on the side. Nothing sealed in, and that's for a reason, but we'll get to that in a bit. But in the meantime, we'll pause, get him on a turn tray so you can see him from different angles. So we are back, and we're just going to go around and see him from different angles. This is oxidized red paint that it produces kind of a chestnut look. And then we took some black spray paint and kind of did some shading on the legs. And of course, the head is gone. We did some shading on the head of the horse too. And of course, you can see the felt. So there we go. And the felt hides a multitude of sins if you're not really good at patching things up with things like magic sculpt and that sort of thing. I haven't done that quite yet because I want to show you some things before we end this episode. But anyway, that's the full figure turnaround. We'll pause now and get tighter shots from here on up. I really can't think of a better head to put on a centaur than this Barbarian Soul head sculpt. It's perfect. His hair is in a long braid, but when you unbraid it, his hair just flares out, and he has this wild look to him. He looks perfect on a horse as a centaur, in my humble opinion. Now this horse came broken tail, and you're going to notice the mending. It's not perfect, but I wasn't really going to use it for anything. I decided to use it for this thing. So there's a felt that hides a multitude of sins, the cuts. But the muscular body and the head sculpt, I think, is perfect for a centaur. Yeah, I really do. So we'll pause now and get some tighter close-ups of the head sculpt. Now he is on a horse, so it's a large rotational base. So we'll only go slightly side to side so he doesn't drift off of the screen. But this is Barbarian Soul, TBLeague. There you go. So you can face your centaur or your centauress in different ways. We had her side facing, and it's just a straight cut across. She was able to fit into the horse. Her legs were removable. I put some black felt and super glued that in place around the inside of the horse to protect her body. So she has a nice side look to her, but we definitely wanted a forward-facing look for the male centaur, and we'll show you how we did that, but let's pause and get set up for that. So I had to settle his hair down a little bit more because a little wild is good, but not a whole bunch of wild. So I find that petroleum jelly works pretty good in terms of settling things down. Just make sure you wipe it off your hand before you touch the body and that sort of thing. But we did not seal him in. We intentionally used temporary methods to put him in so we could show you how this was made. So again, if you're going to make something like this, you can indeed use the TBLeague Phicen muscular body. I think he looks awesome with this body. But my 2 cents is use that Barbarian Soul head and take the braid out. Yeah, let it be a little wild if you want more wilder than I have it right now. But to me, I want it settled a little bit. So the only thing I'm using other than his body, the horse, the Marx horse, the Johnny West Marx horse, is some felt and a loincloth that I got from Monkey Depot. And I just cut it in the back so it's not sealed in place. It easily will come off. There you go. And I ended up using 2-sided tape to hold the felt in place so I can take that off very easily. Now I have him really inclined back because you don't want him inclined forward. He's going to fall over. So weight distribution is very important. He's inclined back. The felt will come off very easily. And the surprise is, surprise, we didn't have to cut him. We didn't have to take legs off or anything else off. He is fully intact. So if you decide you don't want that centaur look anymore, you really haven't wasted a figure. He's not permanently tied to being a centaur. He can be very temporary. Having said that, I love it. I'm not going to not use him as a centaur. But just to show you how this was done, it was a straight cut across. My husband used a saw and then a grinding tool with a sander and just kind of smooth things out here straight across, and then kind of like an L shape, rounded. So it's he can slip in so easily. And then we put some material in here so lift him up a bit more. So you just bend his legs and then just kind of get him in there. Make sure he is bent so he doesn't fall off. Make sure the felt goes, and the felt is cut basically, put him this way, see, modesty here. It's cut like this. So that just kind of goes around. And if you want it to be temporary, double-sided tape will work just fine. And then basically, loincloth. And if I was going to make this more permanent, I would just super glue things in place. But for me, this is a work of art. But as long as I can keep his hair a little less unruly. All right, there we go, perfect. All right, so Mark's horse, look for a broken one. Broken ears, you're not going to need the head anymore. Just cut it the way you saw it was cut. Put some material on the bottom, on the inside of the horse, so he's raised up a little bit. And bend that body. He'll look fine. If you want loincloth or something else in front, that's fine too. I like this look a lot. So anyway, I hope that makes sense. Here's one last look at our male centaur and our female centauress. I hope you've liked what you've seen. If you have, consider giving us a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel. In the meantime, everyone, please have a great day.